Welcome to the Podcast Rodeo Show. I'm your host, Dave Jackson from the schoolofpodcasting.com. This is where we grab a random podcast and see how long we can hang on. And today, well, what are we going to look at? We are going to look at the 5 Core Life Show with Will Moore. This is in the self-improvement category. His website is moremomentum.com. Now, before you go typing M-O-R-E momentum, that would be the first thing I would tell Will to do, is buy that domain, moremomentum.com, because, see, Will's last name is Moore, but it's M-O-O-R-E. And also, the name of his show, 5 Core Life, I would either buy that domain. You got the number 5 in there, so now you're going to have to be telling people, oh, it's the number 5, not F-I-V-E. But here is his description from our good friends at Apple Podcast. It says, Will Moore is a serial entrepreneur, speaker, life coach, and happiness expert. After exiting his delivery startup for $323 million, that's a lot of cabbage right there, in 2019, he's made it his mission to help others become an entrepreneur of the most important business they'll ever run, their life. To do this, Will is revolutionizing the wellness and personal development space by using gamification to make it fun and addictive to level up, not just on screen, but in your real life. His system centers around a combination of habits, universal principles, and his 5 cores, hence the name of the show, 5 Core Life, all aimed at reparenting our broken beliefs to help us build positive momentum. So what we do here is I'm going to listen to this, take my 15 years of podcasting experience, and give you an honest first impression right after this.
The following is an opinion, and only an opinion. These are actual, honest first impressions. If you don't like the opinion, feel free to never listen again.
All right, and we're listening to episode number 94. So he's been doing this a little while. And this is You Can Be Happy with Taylor Rochesti, the happiness expert. Well, I thought Will was the happiness expert, but okay, here we go.
Before we start today's episode, I want to give a quick shout out to our sponsor, Anchor. Anchor is the podcasting platform.
Wait, so you got $323 million in 2019, and you're on a free media host pimping Anchor for a penny a download. Not a great first impression, just saying.
Is the podcasting platform that we actually use to create this podcast. And it's great for anyone that is interested in creating content and having their own podcast. It's free, and it allows you to easily publish to all the major podcasting platforms, including Apple and Spotify.
And if you let them do it for you, you lose access to stats in Apple, Google, Spotify, and Stitcher. But, you know, not a big fan of Anchor.
Now, we love it because it allows us to collaborate as a team from multiple places and actually create your episode, record it in one place, and compile it in one place. So Anchor is a great tool. So if anyone is interested, go ahead and download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started today.
All right, now the actual show.
Hello, and welcome to 5 Core Life Podcast with Will Moore, founder of More Momentum.
I would literally stop right now. I'm not listening to this. That is horrible audio.
If you're not already, please make sure to follow and subscribe to the 5 Core Life Podcast so you get
Why are you asking me to subscribe? I haven't heard anything yet.
So you get notified when episodes air every week. In this episode of the 5 Core Life, host Will Moore sits down with Taylor Rochesti, professional basketball player and happiness expert. Taylor shares how you can be happy and the keys to becoming happier. You'll also learn about how to get into the zone in sports and stay.
Yeah, if I'm going to be honest here, I'm not listening to that. There are 1.8 million podcasts in Apple Podcasts, and a lot of them sound better than that. That sounds like not. If you're going to use your phone to make a podcast, hold it to your face where your mouth is inches away from the microphone. Then it might be tolerable. It sounds like you have it on speakerphone and it's on your desk. And, you know, I hate to like just bail, but the whole point of this is an honest first impression. And if I heard that, I'd be like, nope, way too many other shows. Because I actually want to hear about this. Gamification, I like that idea. And because self-improvement can be kind of a drag at times. And if you can make it fun, I love the idea. I like your artwork. Your website is more about your business. I had to really look to find your podcast on your website. It's under Media Room. And I do see the buttons here, listen and subscribe. And it's weird. I didn't scroll down, but you've got all these items here on your website. Normally, I don't review your website, but I can't take your podcast. That's just not going to cut it in 2020. That would work in 2005 when I started, and we were all using the stick, that little stick microphone that came with your laptop. In 2021, that is not going to cut it. And so if you want, and again, that's what this is, an honest opinion. So what I would do here, look, if you're going to use Anchor, but you can't record a podcast with your phone with it, feet away from your mouth. Invest in a Samsung Q2U. Use something like Squadcast to do remote interviews, and then your team can put it together. But right now, I'm just here to tell you, nope. If that comes up, and also, again, I would say 323 million. And I know for me, I have an Anchor account because if I'm going to talk about something, I got to know it. But an Anchor account on my Anchor account, I believe I am making 10 cents a penny a download. That's it. It's $10 per 1,000 downloads. And it's just, I look at that and go, really? Is it worth it? Yeah, I've made $1.39. They raised their CPM. It's up to $17.50. So they're trying to get people to really do this. I would make 0.017 cents per download. I don't know. You're promoting, your goal of your podcast here is to get people to sign up for your courses. So you are your own sponsor. I wouldn't start off with an Anchor ad, but and now in full disclosure, people always say, "Oh, you hate Anchor because you work for Libsyn, which is a competitor." No, I hate Anchor because they take people who are brand new to podcasting. They don't inform them that, hey, when you allow us to submit your show for you to Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and Stitcher, that, oh, by the way, there's these extra stats that you could have access to if you submitted it to those places yourself. But we're going to do it for you. Oh, and we're not going to tell you that you just lost access to these extra stats. That's why I hate Anchor, not because I work for Libsyn. But if you would like to have your show right here, again, an honest first impression, and it's not that I'm here and I want to just make fun of people's shows. I'm here because my mission is death to boring podcasts. And if I can't get past your audio quality to even get to your content, again, I wanted to hear your content. I want to hear about gamification, but that is not going to work. Go out to podcastrodeoshow.com and click on the Get Reviewed button here right at the top, and you'll hear my honest first impressions. So thanks so much for tuning in. I'm Dave Jackson from the schoolofpodcasting.com. Join me on my mission to rid the world of boring podcasts.